Good day, everyone. Today I will be presenting my proposed educational policy entitled Reducing Student Absenteeism in Rural Schools in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This policy was developed to address one of the most significant barriers to educational achievement in rural communities, chronic student absenteeism. It proposes practical, evidence-based strategies that can improve attendance while promoting equitable access to quality education. Student absenteeism has become an important educational concern because regular school attendance is essential for academic success and positive social development. Although St. Vincent and the Grenadines has legislation requiring compulsory education, many students in rural areas continue to experience barriers that affect consistent attendance. These challenges highlight the need for a policy that complements existing legislation with preventative and supportive interventions while aligning with national priorities and international commitments, such as Sustainable Development Goal 4. My policy identified several major causes of absenteeism, including transportation difficulties, socioeconomic hardship, family circumstances, student health concerns, and low levels of student engagement. These issues often occur together rather than independently. Their impact extends beyond the individual student by contributing to lower academic achievement, learning gaps, increased risk of school dropouts, and wider educational inequalities. This demonstrates why absenteeism should be viewed as both an educational and social issue requiring coordinated action. The purpose of this policy is to reduce chronic absenteeism through coordinated and evidence-based interventions that address the underlying causes of poor attendance. The policy primarily targets rural primary and secondary schools, but also recognizes the important roles of parents, teachers, school leaders, government agencies, and communities. The intended outcomes include higher attendance rates, improved academic achievement, and greater educational equity for students across rural St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The vision of the policy is that every rural student attends school regularly within a safe, inclusive, and supportive learning environment. The overall goal is to reduce chronic absenteeism through coordinated national action. To achieve this, the policy focuses on improving attendance monitoring, strengthening partnerships with families and communities, expanding student support services, building schools' capacity through professional development, and establishing systems for continuous monitoring and evaluation. The policy is built around four strategic priorities. First, improving attendance monitoring through an early warning attendance monitoring system that identifies students before absenteeism becomes chronic. Second, reducing barriers to attendance by expanding transportation assistance, counseling, and student support services. Third, strengthening partnerships between schools, parents, and communities to promote shared responsibility for attendance. Finally, building school capacity by providing training for teachers and school leaders and strengthening guidance counseling services. This policy is supported by the Education Act of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child, and Sustainable Development Goal 4 on quality education. Implementation will require collaboration among the Ministry of Education, education officers, principals, teachers, parents, school attendance officers, community organizations, and other government agencies. The policy will be introduced over a 5-year period, beginning with planning and capacity building, followed by implementation, monitoring, and continuous improvement. To determine whether the policy is successful, several measurable indicators will be monitored, including attendance rates, reductions in chronic absenteeism, teacher training, parental participation, and timely reporting by schools. Schools will submit monthly attendance reports, education officers will prepare quarterly regional reports, and the Ministry of Education will publish annual evaluations to ensure accountability and continuous policy improvement. If implemented successfully, the policy is expected to improve attendance, reduce chronic absenteeism, increase academic achievement, strengthen parental involvement, and improve student well-being. It also highlights the important role of educational leaders in using evidence to guide decision-making, promoting collaboration among stakeholders, supporting vulnerable students, and creating positive school environments where every student has the opportunity to succeed. In conclusion, this proposed policy provides a practical and sustainable framework for addressing student absenteeism in rural schools across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Rather than focusing solely on enforcement, it promotes early intervention, collaboration, student support, and evidence-based leadership. By implementing these strategies, the education system can improve attendance, strengthen educational outcomes, and ensure that every child has better opportunity to achieve their full potential.